Good evening. Welcome to the reading of my short story, Revenge. He was standing in the street, cloaked in shadows. Rain was streaming down his dark coat. His eyes were fixed on the window of the first-floor apartment of the old run-down building. He was waiting for the lights in it to go off. He was waiting for the apartment to be swallowed by darkness. That apartment belonged to his best friend, the friend whom he had not seen for 5 years now, the friend to whom he would have entrusted his own life if need be, the friend who failed his trust, betrayed him, stole from him, reduced him to nothing more than an ordinary beggar. Now, 5 years later, after he had finally recovered from his best friend's blow that had completely knocked him out and landed him straight in the dirt, he tracked him down. He came for his revenge. The lights in the apartment went off. He felt for the large hunting knife hanging by his belt and started counting minutes. His friend shouldn't take too long to fall asleep. "Tick-tock, my friend, tick-tock," he whispered to himself. Half an hour later, he was standing over a bed. Sleeping in that bed was a man wearing a familiar and, once upon a time, a dear face. Once upon a time. Slowly, he unsheathed the large hunting knife and pressed it to the man's throat. The man startled from his slumber, and his face distorted with fear as he recognized the person holding a knife to his throat. "Shh! Not the sound, Stefan! Not a sound, if you wish to keep your throat dry," spoke the Dark Avenger. "Please, allow me to explain," begged the man. "To explain what? Your betrayal? Why you stole from me? Why I've lost my company, my house, family? Why I've had to for almost half a year live on the streets before I finally manage to get back on my feet? Is that what you'd like to explain to me?" He squeezed out through his clenched jaw. Please understand. I was in enormous debt. If I hadn't paid out, they'd kill me. With that money, I bought back my life," pleaded the man, trying to justify his crime, his betrayal. "Yes, you bought back your life from them, but not from me," almost screamed out the Avenger and pressed the knife just a little bit harder, letting a few drops of blood roll down the man's neck. "No, please, have mercy, please, forgive me," begged the terrified man while drowning in tears. "Oh no, my friend, I can't forgive you. I won't forgive you, but neither will I take your miserable life tonight. No, I will do that some other day when you least expect it. I will do it in a way you'd never be able to predict. I will be a shadow of death following you anywhere you go. Every day, every hour, you will live every moment knowing it could be your very last. You will live in a state of constant fear, with no hope of salvation, just waiting for your final hour, which, just between us, is not that far off." He spoke, quoting every word in deadly venom. "Please." "No," he said, removed the knife from the man's throat, and disappeared into the stormy night. However, he was not a killer. He could never take another man's life, no matter how much he had wronged him. But his ex-friend did not know that. Even if he had some doubts before, after tonight's performance, any doubt would have been extinguished. And now he'd most certainly believe that the sword of Damocles was hanging over his head. And as we already know, a life lived in constant fear of death is a fate worse than death itself. Thank you for listening, Revenge, by yours truly. If you liked it, please leave a comment and let me know. Also feel free to subscribe and like. It helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you next week with another story.